Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo.
Lawyer digital makroni nkomo.
Oh, nana man official pa mame.
Kanse wam ayi oyina na mo official pa.
Oyina na anopa me jawo excess fo nyina.
Oh. Ekuapim ni besie aseda ye wode. Aseda ye wode.
Ye wi aye be kasa.
Mate. Papa maba wo a enro an ye hu se Professor H Prempe.
Yes.
Mampani pa wo bo wo mo menka ne saa se Constitutional Review Committee no wo mo so aye adwuma no ten and they report Abraham Mampani Mahama. Na ba akwa mi bisa ne se I'm not obese I was party to the committee no na ehun de ubone niema arrangement bi wo na yefam yenso ye bi e de boa na enu eche pa aman so bo kapa we den wo matimi awie ntam say yi
Yo bra kwame once again madam Oshaya the previous that's Professor Fiajo the commission of way into the constitutional amendment process. Anna Okaya, Professor Raymond Asiguba, no secretary to the committee. No. Now, the scope of our work now it was a bit more broader.
Okay.
More broader. No more in crashing.
Yes.
Town by town. The National House of Chiefs for Daniel, they were moving regional House of Chiefs, no more facilitation and consultation. Into no more was a bit more broader than we have currently.
Okay, because
the scope of undertakings were a bit more different.
Because now Sabreno say be Ashanti region say me I was part of the immediate team Ashanti region say no that yet to me call districts municipals na no kwa you ba no ye hia nyemfo ye hia this assemblyman for wo muso input ye hia quite broader
Absolutely. So the nature of their work now the scope was a bit more broader than the current arrangement.
Oh, okay. Now, ba ko ababeto mkrofo ebobo hu ne se wo mo propose 5-year term for presidential. Na eno no eje say ebinom say Mahama ba ye ne second term yi wonya afio. Eniema wode aye pa no. Ni bebrebe. Eniema wode aye edoso. Niema kan so obeye free senior high wo betrem watrem waye we woba ye allowances nyina watua woba ye wonkoba obosia express road highway Accra to Kumase eno koso edi krofo bi so adwen say se amanfie do as a presidential term kura no wabon ebi no so da bi ubeyi wu ministers ni ade awie na afi kura atwam ena the next 4 years no so no 4-year term last term no eno so ye abato afi enkomai eto say ni various narratives awote
yo Kwame who say Ghana first of all your constitution Rebecca a hybrid the constitution 1992 a hybrid. The Catholic Constitution is a hybrid. You borrow from two different sources. The American model and then the British model. I would say at a point, Ghana near running effectively the British model. And in Nana or for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah at a point, no Prime Minister or leader of government business. You needed to be MP first. Into Shaya, Nkrumah became the MP for Asiedu Keteke. Now, Ododo Biodio. So, okay.
Yes. Wamu tu abama no kura no. Omo to abama no obra na o prison, yeah, sure.
No prison. Inti bedema no mnenge ka ho erane campaign no mano. And the unique thing is that, do you know who he contested the election with?
There be one.
Emmanuel Obeche Villamte.
Wow.
Yes. Lawyer Emmanuel Obeche Villamte. And he defeated him from Ashford prison. And he became the leader of government business, more like prime minister. And the other friend like minority leader or majority leader in parliament. Fast forward, Yebenya Dr. Buzia Enso, prime minister. Ononso, Nobeye MP, I think Wenchi.
Yeah, Wenchi. The whole near floor Ashanti South. West Ashanti. West Ashanti. Sure.
Ononso. Then we had Liman, full president, not MP, 79 constitution. The 1992 constitution. In a year, so part of it should mimic Britain for the prime ministerial arrangement. Part of it should mimic the America for a year, 4 years, 4 years. No. Into a constitution, no, 1992, a perfect blend between the course of Britain and the course of America. And Nintina Oshaya near 4 years, 4 years. One of the critics are abandoning is in making the 1992 constitution, no, it was basically done more or less to make it easier to transition from military rule under Jerry Rawlings into a democratic space for him to continue without him feeling he's lost the touch of power. Always remember that the PNDC government or the PNDC administration, 2 in 1, the legislative and the executive were in 1, were all in the Provisional National Defense Council. Into the PNDC could make laws by itself. The council could make laws. And internet those meanwhile PNDC law 111, PNDC law this. Because both the legislative and executive power resided in one person or one council or one body. In the year 1992 constitution, in such a way you factor a lot of things. Anything I'm very clear, can say the 1992 constitution and mirror the history and the Maya debates and Pempensui. I've been going through the over 127 page recommendation the Professor H.P.C. Prempe committee at the Abetuja. Recommendation will be to make it very, very interesting conversation. On the issue of the 4 years, Omampeni John Ajekun Kufuor, Okaipa, a idea on who raised this conversation much earlier into his tenure. I think around 2006, 2005, and now on your second term, and all kinds of 4 years, with the benefit of hindsight, he thinks they're adequate. And so it was a very topical conversation, even when Omapeni John Ajekun Kufuor and Brana Oye Ghana, Yaman. So it's always been a big conversation for our people because Omampeni and issue the white paper on the verse issue. I want to be a bit more cautious so that it won't come across as taking the wind out of his sail. Hello, Brother Kwame. So that it wouldn't look like, because I must always align with the views expressed by him, because it may well be that the white paper from government will give an indication that Omampeni does not agree with the recommendation on the recommendation on the 4 years, on the 5 years. Sorry, So I would say, I want to exercise a bit of caution. I would leave the conversation now. The president had given an indication that early next year, will be issuing a white paper. Once the white paper comes, we can take it out from there. Is that okay?
Yeah. Sa review na o ka ba kuno set na ba kuno more thorough. Na o be hwe we nsu no a we no fan baby na ye review na answer.
I won't say thorough, extensive.
Extensive, okay. Edi the way no ni nyina na ye na answer ne fan baby I feel say hinya say ye na ye I just say
No, I think that everything was looked at because we shared a 120-page recommendation. It covers everything about the Constitution, every end of the Constitution. What should be done to Article 71 office holders? What should be the nature of the emolument regime? MPs, appointment of ministers. Should the president appoint ministers who are MP? What should be the cap on the number of ministers? They are recommending 57 because already the Constitution deals with almost 19 cabinet ministers. Almost said no, we can do 57, but so Mampini, a council of the town appointing more than 57. We must table the reason before Parliament for Parliament to debate it and pass it by a simple majority. So the president and even now they are even recommending say ministers should not come from Parliament. What they are saying, ministers should not come from Parliament. Another school of thought and said that the president should be given the opportunity to appoint, but then the current constitution places a limit of a majority of the ministers must come from Parliament. So, the issues now are very, very broad. Even Supreme Court, that there should be a cap 14. Uniquely, America is over 200 years old. And you know,
sanity.
But when we say they don't have, the Constitution of the United States of America has no limit on the number of Supreme Court judges. However, they have developed a convention where they have capped the number to 9. The 9 Supreme Court judges is not in the U.S. Constitution. It's not. It's not. It's just conventional. It's just conventional. They have evolved that by convention. Now they have come to only 9. So make I pass say, Joe Biden every year president. Democrats, the Hawks, put pressure on him. Say, Mr. President, what is the current composition of the United States Supreme Court? Now, what is the number of conservative judges on the bench? Now, what is the number of liberal judges on the bench? The number of conservative judges not dorsum. That's the pro-Republicans, no. Omodorsum. In the liberals. So out of 9, the liberal judges are only 3 or 4. The majority are conservative Republicans. So that's it. And so Omo advocacy said President Biden should do something. So Biden immediately set up a presidential commission to look at the U.S. Supreme Court and come up with recommendations and possible reforms. He couldn't finish most of it until, he left office. So the conversation, is all over the world. What should happen to Constitution? But let me say something significant. Throughout, President Mahama has always demonstrated fidelity to the 1992 Constitution. You know how the opponents have accused him without any basis. Say a idea opposite wants to sign the constitution to allow him to run a third term. I hope you've heard that conversation.
Oh yes. Emma, nipa bi kura so abeka say post bi omo ye ne se nka onko the 30 bi ni kura so omo ko test in court. Say sa ye kan 2 terms na consecutive na say say mutia utimi na ba ko na hye gu na atime se akobia ka argument dey nkofo gu so aye kanzo mitio kanzo produce be friend ma me na ye mfa nkomo no enhyeso me pam chow eco bank for ka se hwe ema bills season the bills no enwurawura wo be enjoy free cash free eco bank ho or the akrade bia ba your friend 5-star enjoyment promo enie wo de opa na wotwe bia for 4,000 de bia for 4,000 2 days bia for 4,000 400 cities fakoto wa fako save or eco bank account wo save wo account no enkwa nkodu be 4,000 na ekodu 4,000 now will be the points. Now enter a draw for a chance so betimi win will share of the 1.5 million cash and prizes, no? Including 1 year insurance cover, gift vouchers, and multiples of 10,000 Ghana cedis. It was a promo yimu. Na EcoBank 5-star enjoyment promo yi. And you must say, dear Chile, TBO, sir, what day or card, EcoBank card, Eddie Juma. And now you see digital platform no I will enjoy up to 15% discount on rides. Say wo faka no near the idea and now experience and now events and the cake na. It in tap into it. Nipa 10,000 lucky winners and what earmark for this project. Into enjoy EcoBank 5-star enjoyment promo na deposit more na enjoy more. Now we at 1 to 31st January 2026. Promo yi NLA characters platform no nom this stamp team EcoBank came for us for pin bra ana say for password bra say bibi na wonte ase afre number 0800 00 3225 na omwa EcoBank the Pan African Bank anwa what go koso
wafa wa wunie offer you na this
yes
offer ya kwakwadi bro nya
ye di
nyame ya adoma what start dada
mo say
then ya me nam he
me mrati
offer kwabra hey
hello
Black Mama.
Aha council ayi na wadru baby anam si nipa bi kura nso ya yes advocate senka one san ko second term no binum so won be court test say ye ka say
bottom line okay Omampeni echo Singapore no council has no interest in doing a third term. First of all, the constitution doesn't allow it. The constitution doesn't allow it. That should have sufficed. Once again, the political opponents have kept on with this narrative. Omampeni Pesoye, Omampeni against every way, we are still almost on Bena. And I will share Emra props are age with the or submitting a report or kind of so no such thing about third term. And that for me to bring to rest this unnecessary, needless claims.
I see. So far, Mampani be di adie afimu ne ye koi. Na eniema gudoa ewo ho nyina no it's a point to say na anhwa ebedu the next 2 years wonya bi nya bi mo so no ye nyina awie.
there's a news story me ensure.
Eba mama menkai eya wo frɛ na no aka chen se ni bro nyaade na mai.
Ensure.
Mate.
The news me say me and kinda ebia we can put in proper context. My Joy Online, Joy Business, fuel price increase, petrol at 15.30 per liter, diesel going for 15.80 per liter, 4th December 2024. Mr. Dane.
4th December 2024. Eno na ba omi abeka say ye kwato aba 70 no mo to pay 2 days to election no mo to petrol. Oso anu kwa no anim.
Now exactly a year later, 19 December 2025, one company, for obvious reasons, person more within the same Joy Business, fuel start selling at 10.97, diesel 11.7. Even we cry the 1 cedi levy no cry also.
And 1 cedi levy no cry affected every liter.
Affected every liter.
Okay.
But still, we are doing below 12 cedis. Exactly a year ago. Look at the impact on living conditions.
We be my argument say na do buy ne first year na 1 year on say ya na niema ye nti no wonder say bia niema betumi aslake ye ko enim.
And so what happened?
COVID ni ade
When they say COVID,
a Ukraine war one year right here
one year cancel.
Omo da so ko de Omo da so ko
ana check one
eguso papa.
So let's put matters into proper perspective. Kwame Atopos Governor Johnson Esiama Nyamini Sammy Gyamfi Adia or Yewo Good Board. Look, this year, and let's say this. Look, bruh, this year, Cocoa repatriated Cocoa gold repatriated money, right? Yediaba of Mayamuha. And this is where the difference in leadership is. Difference in thinking outside the box. This is where it is beginning to show. Right? And yes, in your mano, it's not a second in a happy you. And yet, GDU, excuse my language, and yet, GDU, which means say deliberate action by government. 8 solid years, NPP had the opportunity. They could have established a gold board. The idea never came.
But I almost say, mobile ya monko the Bretton Woods institution IMF ni de ka woni ade nyina no. Monko bond market ni ade nyina. Na sika wo ho, wo mu gya musika. Reserves na rich. Eno na mode ya
rich na de ntina omo ankasa omo antua obi a ono wa ye domestic debt exchange program. Kwatrekwa so no want to ma eda ho no. Now want to ma da ho no ma. How come you did a DDEP? Brakwami, don't you ask them this question, this basic question? When I was so, would you cry the quatrekwa? Would me not see peace so? A chairman saying, and I say, a car made the mono, mint me cheer. Brother Kwame, for the first time in the history of this country, Brother Kwame, you are much older than I am. Have you ever seen a situation where, Brother Kwame, have you ever seen a situation where pensioners?
Council, yeah, corrections. Yes, Kwame Mumuni, you know, I'm behind me. Mimi, Jinukwana, will be a Abeteswama, Medanyani, and Mediamas police station.
Football,
they are ready. Yes. I'm in Tiwa, Mura.
Sebuna abandoned bicycle beach or one ma. A year rather sem. Missy a year rather sem no prebianim. Ah, what do you also Mister Intino a cat ordering Crawford, sister meet. And yet, on my shampoo, I am president, Yentia. With your meet, yeah. Aha, that's different. Menu, I say, and look. Gold bonds, you working
Can't you mammy? What Alma? Can't you hear, mammy? Council. Yea, Murian mammy be. Okay, 101.7 so near. Now, mammy, for we and fem, and I Benada Meboa. Echo bank is me bisawa be a friend power of compounding. Na ochire se bia wudi sika akoto banki se sika no wo se yemfanya investment ma wo na emom nsihu ebeba ho no yensa emfa ebi enka ho na sa pop compounding no sika no eno so ba wonni na sa e de ka ho na nyina nsihu no ekosoro enti wani beba ho so no na sika kakra bi anade to busumi bia na aye bebre eco bank se eno wudi secure wo retirement bra no no nya hihye branch bia eco bank bia no bra no no nya hihye no wan kyerɛ kwan abefa so na interest no so asawa mo nya ye your friend power of compounding eco bank the Pan African bank kan se me samu akwaba.
Yes, bra kwame intina me kan say bra kwame ene ameno ka say forest repatriation into the country. Forest repatriation is between $9.5 billion. Forest repatriation alone. From gold board in Kwa. Just from gold board. $9.5 billion. And bro, IMS Sikano. Several IMS Sikano is saying.
And we are 3 billion. And quite in tranches.
And here for 3 years.
For 3 years, yes.
Alone, 9.5 billion.
Ena, Samianya.
Yes.
At the amount of mine.
Yes.
Oh, we are making some.
The Arani Cocoa Board. Annually, Cocoa Board, Edisikaba Yema, sometimes maximum 2 billion syndicated loan. And you understand? This year, from gold board. And from the record, we may get to $10 billion this year alone. That's a record. That's forest repatriation alone. No.
Hey.
Minya, that is forest repatriation. What? This idea, it never came to the NPP. What I said, it never came to the NPP. And because of the forest repatriation into an air banner, Ahmad BOG today is playing an active role in the forest, the FNO, financial intermediation. And then Ahmad Osha, the cedi had become relatively stable. In the past, now NPP model are no more using the use of Eurobond. In Joshua, yeah, CPR no, only could take 2.25 billion. Averagely, they were doing $2 billion averagely until 2022. In fact, 2022, they were going to take another 2 billion. And at the international credit rating agencies, a downgrading yen. They say yes, they couldn't go for it. That is even what stopped them. So, when you just look at the numbers, this innovation, this is critical thinking, this is thinking outside the box. I am willing to sit down and debate anybody in the NPP on this issue, this innovation, this critical thinking.
Now, maybe some idea of gold bond, why not buy?
President Mahama, of course.
And any case, why say Obi are to Damia? You actually 5 new, you actually 5 raw. No, I can't tell
you. Experience, no. Experience, no. Look, let me tell you, one of the best decisions Ghanaians have made was giving power back to President Mahama. You see, Onya, that opportunity, opposition 8 years, no. The benefit now Onya ewa bemu is initiative who ankrofone no kutahudi experience from other places, no. Wamba back, no. Which means he came across prepared immediately at once. Look, over the weekend, no nam, Bono region, no nam, na a road, just small construction, a yequine agunan quanta, at the core. I say, he look, $70 million, no really just small construction. Menoka says, Pokwase of Anko, 70 million, more realisma, Maripoma construction. Look, Brakwame, Nanado Danko Kupado, Eshe motorway expansion project, Nasa. Menoka says, every day the work is ongoing and stopping it. Winneba from Kaswa Edeko Winneba Kwano, it has not stopped. Work is ongoing. Look at the speed, the purpose, which means that this is a president who wants to just deliver. Who wants to deliver? Into Usha, nationwide. Look, Kwame, you don't need to be NDC to sit down quietly and say, John Mahama, more Piaf. You don't need to be NDC. And then say, Oko Makola. Look at the price of things. Look at the price of things. Omantini, Echo, Western region. What can say be very profound? Rakwame, I just want to read it. For the record, Rakwame, Nina Yehu Anomontua Ghana Yeman Penny Etu, or the quote. I have directed the Finance Minister, Dr. Akeforsen, to release 1 billion Ghana cedi to settle debts owed to contractors since 2017 before Christmas. All the contractors will be paid, and the families of deceased contractors should also come forward to receive their money. Bakame, translate this into account for me. Or say, me, Mampeni, Mashe, Finance Minister, Dr. Ato Forson, so on release 1 billion Ghana cedis. Now, on frontier contractors forecast from 2017. Back on my pay we out there. Now, what it says, you can use year before Christmas. Year before Christmas. That's the difference. Menoka say, Omambini, or it 2027, 2026, sorry, Agenda 111 projects, 10 of them should be completed and handed over to the communities. Menoka say, Brahma, Get Fund Act, Omambiniama, amended the Get Fund Act to create dedicated funding for free education. When was the last time was it MPP Libya Jomama Beck cancel free education? When was the last time, Braham? So what? Say MPP politician be a genetic so I can say Mahama Beck cancel free education. A work on
Debbie, are you beginning first now? Mama, my no more can say you obey.
And I will see an accurate nursing so can say review means cancellation.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And
then Minoka say President Mahama called Parliament and look at the thinking. No, a man and I do buy a man Nana or no the cousin Nimia can offer a call Parliament and MPP for the example. I call Parliament with this capping and realignment act. Now she can't, as you call guest fund, near she use canoe. You need the other quiet. And then President Mahama says, remove the capping, remove whatever realignment, repeal that law, and let the money go into education. Part of that money now can operate at 18 or say no, dedicate it to free education. And then no fees first, student loan, Mofrako University, fresh students, because usually the first years, when our press and our co-parents or say, or my first year fees, no, major. And now, no, can say, even law students are on more makola, on student loan. When was that? Law students, we have to come back to law.
Are they?
Mekoji loan.
Can you not law students in Yibi?
That be Okofanyabi. Law students Okofanyabi. President Mahama Daroma and next law students are now beneficiaries. At 1 part 2 for which we can apply for student loans at the school fees. Look, I just want to have a one-on-one. MPP, they should bring their best. Let's sit down one-on-one. Let's have a conversation on progress report. Pound for pound. Man to man. Look, National Health Insurance, I feel sad in my heart. Go and pick the National Health Insurance report for 2022. In 2022, National Health Insurance levy is generating in almost 2 billion. That's almost 1.8 billion Ghana cedis. Kenofuriata released 0 to the authority. That's the record. This year, from the formula Parliament approved, almost 7 billion Ghana cedis is going to National Health Insurance. Let's look pound for pound. Let's look at the record. Kuzuma, man to man. So, look, have we gotten to where we want to get to? Definitely no. No, we've not gotten to our destination. But you can see progress. You can see transformation. You can see research. That's what we ask for. I want to come and sit down. Hey, look, MPP, anybody, let's sit down. Let's interrogate the numbers. The numbers doesn't lie. In fact, A very famous politician once said, when in doubt, observe the exchange rate. When will it be? That's why a politician will. When will it be?
Then.
They all kinds say, when in doubt, observe the exchange rate. When will it be?
Aye. Dr. Mahmoud Bamia.
Fantastic. Or say, when in doubt, observe the exchange rate. In fact, in one of the lecturers at Central University, or say, one of the most important determinants of economic growth. Or say, one of the most important determinants of economic growth is the exchange rate. What is the rate today? We have not done Eurobond the whole year. But you cannot take away the sterling performance over the past 1 year under review. Look, you don't need to be an NDC person to say, Mahama, or Yeshua. Put me dislike President Mahama, so Papa, I mean, penastem. But me achievement there, and the whole, plain.
I see. Now, I mami you are dear. My President Mahama say kasa no form on tan kasa. All be kasa no obi a project. All be kasa na wo ya de nwa so.
Mr. Kwame me no ka say me and my brother Penny Honorable Agboja. One of these days friend no. Or say over $5 billion worth of contracts and they have not taken a loan yet.
I see.
I can't say you say I in the panya then.
Enkasa.
I in the panya then.
Enkasa.
Na Sebio, Nyamiya Dumna or Mampini Mahama, 8 meters out we efi incline Ediko Kumasi Expressway. We are said they be Amekumi in laws more Jacobua memory. Anna. Who say Umperia, who say Okofaden. Look, and we do this to the glory of God. Nyankopon ahye ne die no nyam. O twediam po Nyankopon wa hye ne die no nyam pa. No, look, I have performance. You know, look, you are dedicated here to propagate the good works of President Mahama. We have dedicated ourselves. Look, regardless of how busy your schedules are, the vanguards, just to propagate the good works of President. Change what happened in 2016. And President Mahama, if he abemwafi, we buy it. Sadly, we're not President Mahama there yet. We're not President
I see. And yet, what you mammy now?
And now, the last day before Christmas, the usual platform will not adjust. We say, okay, firm.
You know, as I know about you, you were Gary, I send you Basse. Now, the clients know what to say. MP for Jomoro.
Propaganda is independent now.
And I can't say, Sir, Sabrina case in the costume. Sir, open join here. Now, picture Nibia, quite. What will we announce in the Kabi?
They say propaganda and independent hotel.
Matthias here.
The guy is a mother, Jimmy Bronya, the other.
Macacho, nothing. A young Christmas wishing into us, Madonna.
In the background, so I wish all the listeners of OKFM and viewers online, we wish you all a Merry Christmas. This year has been a very eventful year, and they have kept fit with us. And see, once again, Merry Christmas, and Merry Christmas to the Despite Media Group, Father Dixon, Yaya Papa, Osere, Kwame Despite, and then Dr. Ufori, and then Yumapa Omoye. And Bible says, I think it will be well with the Despite Group. Amen.
Thanks, Mr. Madasipa.
Yes,
I'm official panso.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah, woman, some like about you be doing come okay 101.7 Suni. Lawyer Godwin Edudzi Tamaklu. Eda menene and
Dedi kama mamena Pendream TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Ah nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, Pendream TV.